at hsn.com. That's always kind of the fastest and easiest way to jump in early. And a lot of you already did a lot of early shopping. You've snagged your 3-strand lapis bead necklace. If I had a pick of the hour for you, you're looking at it. I fell in love with lapis all over again, wandering the Tucson Gem Show. And believe me, I wandered. I probably did like 20 to 30,000 steps a day. You could walk for miles going through every aisle of every tent. It's spread out over all of Tucson. And every time I saw lapis, it is such an eye-catching stone. It makes you want to stop and turn around and bring home something so breathtaking. If you've never had a chance to own lapis, it's a wonderful stone with an incredible ancient lore and history to it. Now today, we have a 3-strand lapis bead necklace you can get home for just under $115. Jay, I don't know how you do it. It should be appraised near $200. Flex pays less than a $20 bill. It's completely adjustable with a solid sterling silver chain and beautiful hook clasp, so it's super easy to find the perfect length, anywhere between 18 and nearly 23 inches. But I love what you do with the lapis. So what's your secret for the lapis? What's your source, Jay?
Well, I have, I can't. This is one of the materials where I can't go direct. This comes out of the small villages in the Hindu Kush mountains of Afghanistan. It's very tribal. They don't even have roads. When in this area, literally, where they have these deposits and these mines, these small village mines, when you have running water, it means that you have a stream in your backyard. Okay, I mean, if they've got electricity, it's because they have a portable generator and they've brought in fuel. I can't go there and trade. It's just this is something that I have to rely on somebody else who can go in and trade. They bring it, we hand pick it. That being said, those are things that I've established over the years. Originally, how I got involved with lapis is actually meeting a lot of these contacts through the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. And they were, that's how I got my original contacts, and then we went from there, and then we went to direct trading. One of the things, and I was telling Sarah, when you go to Tucson, it's not as much what you see at the show, it's what you don't see. Okay, and here's what you don't see, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong, okay? But you saw lapis, she did see lapis, she saw strands, you saw probably some very beautiful lapis. But here's the thing that was key. She didn't see lapis rough. Right? If you did, it was a specimen.
Right.
Where somebody...
It was already finished and polished.
It's already finished and polished, but it's a specimen. It's not something that somebody is selling to me, which you saw how I buy things, right? I buy them in large bulk, and I'm buying just the raw material. I'm gonna finish it, I'm gonna use that as my cutting material. You don't see that anymore. It's all finished. They're selling you specimens, and then I will tell you on pricing. Okay, you want to have sticker shock, you want to have a little reality, you want to see what great prices we have. No brag, just fact. Go to the largest gem and mineral show in the world and see what they get for this material on a normal basis. The reason we can do this is because of the way we buy. We're direct. We're a direct importer. I can't go, like I said, I cannot go directly to the mining. If I could go directly to the miners, it would even be better. Here's what's happened over the past 3 to 5 years. I knew it was going to happen. It's like it's happening, and you don't want it to happen, but you know it's eventually going to happen. And I will tell you, this is the reality of what I do. If you're manufacturing items, and so your material is going out your front door, and you're not bringing in anything into the back door to replace that material, pretty soon nothing comes out the front door. And unfortunately, that's going to be the case with lapis. And if
so
somebody,
this is not a stone we're going to see a lot of.
Look, you're going to see
going
less.
Forward.
You've seen less and less every year from me.
Pretty
in 2020. And here's the whole key: is there a lot of lapis material? There's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of lapis that I can take you to, that I can go to. It only has one thing in common: it's not the grade that I buy. Right. This is the grade that I buy, that nice high blue. You know, this, in fact, it's even got a little pyrite in it. This is normally something that it probably
See that
wouldn't,
flash of gold?
where you've got that little bit of character to it. But this is the material you're just not seeing anymore. You're not seeing it in the rough. There's several different reasons why I personally believe. I'm not going to go into them on the air, but it would take too long to explain it. But it's a historical thing. This lapis, believe it or not, okay, there's only two sources of commercial lapis. One of them is in Chile. You can tell that because it has a lot of white in it, okay? It's more like a denim lapis. It's nothing that I would use in my designs. You have this, which comes from the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan. Do you know that they've actually proven that the lapis that is that are in the artifacts in like the Egyptian tombs, guess where it came from? It came from the Hindu Kush region. They can actually prove that that's where it came from. Marco Polo, when Marco Polo went to China, you remember the Silk Road, the Silk trading route? Okay, he came through what is known now as Afghanistan. Back then it wasn't called Afghanistan, but now it's called Afghanistan. He came through there, and you know, one of the things, the treasures that he traded and brought back was to Italy, lapis. So when you see the relics and when you see the artifacts in the museums and they have lapis in them, that lapis came from these same deposits, these same small mines. There is no massive for the jewelry. There is, you know, like we're currently doing some construction. My wife, my beautiful wife, is doing our bathroom in lapis. Okay, but here's the thing: it's a commercial lapis where they're doing it in these big quarries, right? This is jewelry grade lapis. This is the high end. You only see this in small. They bring this all with pack animals or on their backs. They bring it down on horses. They bring it down in donkeys and panniers, or they bring it literally on their backs. They carry it down. They bring the material from the villages down these trails. They bring it to an area, a consolidating area, where it's picked up by a road. They have a truck. They pick it up, the guy that we know. They pick it up. They take it back to the yard, and it crosses into another country, okay, which is not the greatest, safest place, but it's safer, okay? And where we can actually get to it, where we can go in and hand pick, and then we're able to get our material.
So you get the rough, and then you cut it yourself, you polish it yourself.
Everything you're seeing here.
You put it on the strands.
Right, this is what,
set it in sterling silver.
What is so incredible about this, okay? So we're still able to do this. This is 3 strands.
Like, these are not small beads either.
Normally you would, you know, if you saw this in the show,
this is chunky.
Just one strand of lapis at the Tucson Gem Show can be as much as what we're selling the 3 strands.
You cannot make it yourself.
Right.
Not for this quality.
And not
for the size and the presence and the 3 strands.
Because of the way that we manufacture, the way we're able to do it. The problem that I'm going to have is lapis. Unfortunately, this is what I call one of my big 12, right? Lapis is really a kind of a key component in a lot of my designs. I have material. I'm not saying I don't have material. What you're going to see in 2020 is you're not going to see a lot of strands. I can't afford to waste the material on beads. So what you're going to see is more cabochons. I'll be still doing some matching, but I'm just going to try to dribble it out as much as I can. I keep hoping to score another big load, or that I'm able to get the material again. And I've been hoping now for the last, I saw it start to slow down 5 years ago. The last 3 years have been pathetic. Last year in 2019, I mean, totally, I went on 3 trips to buy lapis. I bought less than 5% of what I normally get. I mean, every year it keeps decreasing. After a while, you have to understand it's very expensive to go. It costs money to actually travel and to be able to do that. And when you come back and you got nothing for your time and your effort, it really, you know, after a while, you just say, you have to call it quits.
Rich, this color. It's such a beautiful, rich royal blue. If you don't have anything like this, I want to highly recommend that if you love any type of blue gemstone, you love your tanzanite, you love your sapphires, you love your blue topaz, you add blue lapis to your gemstone wardrobe. There just isn't anything else like it, and to get 3 strands for under $115, it's really crazy. I almost have to remind remind myself what I'm looking at when I'm out here with Jay, because it's not faux, it's not fake, it's not glass. This is not a reconstituted or color enhanced stone. This is the real deal.
A lot of the lapis,
it's all lapis.
That's another trend that you'll see, and that's where you
can twist it.
Where it's so invaluable to be able to go to Tucson is you'll see kind of what is coming up in the market, and what they're doing now is they're taking a lot of the denim lapis, which has a lot of whites in it, it's not this quality, and they're doing a color enhancement process that makes it look like this. But it's not, it's been color enhanced, right? They have changed it. And I saw a lot of that from a lot of the people. The reason that I know what they're doing, or I can tell, is I tell them, look, I don't want to buy the finished product, I want to buy the rough. End of conversation.
And there you go. And that's why you get to see these beautiful finished pieces that Jay can control the quality from beginning to end.
We control it from literally to the mine to your house, right? We control it every step the whole way. So I can guarantee you what I'm giving you. And also I can guarantee the quality. I can guarantee you when I tell you what it is, that's what it is, because we're the ones cutting it. We're the ones that are actually manufacturing the product.
You're gonna just go crazy when you get this home. I love this color. I love the ancient history of the lapis.
I love this
that goes back to the Egyptians, that goes back to the ancient Greeks and Romans, that goes back to Marco Polo. I mean, what you're wearing, what you own when you own lapis. Excuse me.
I'm sorry I choked you up. Are you all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think that we're suffering, just so you know. I've been doing the same thing all day. I think it's from the dust in Tucson, because one of the things that you do when the wind blows in Tucson, I've been hacking. Have you noticed the whole time I've been here? This is, are you all right?
Yes.
Sarah's okay? All right. Hope I'm not going to have to do Heimlich or anything like that, correct?
You can do the next hour by yourself. You got this.
No, I don't. You're not going to, so you're going to desert me.
I actually think it was the dry air and maybe the allergies or something.
Do you know what?
That was flaring up.
I think it's the dust. Do you know that I've had this tickle in my throat since I got back from Tucson. But it was very, very, very unusual weather. You just never know in Tucson. I mean, it was a lot of dust.
We sure did. Okay, let's go on to the matching bracelet, which so many of you have already been shopping for. We just have a few dozen of these to go around. But look at the size, the magnitude, and this beautiful lapidary work, Jay.
You look at this and look at the quality, and again, these